All right, so I just did one with the DC6, and I wanted to show everybody it's the same conditions, the same wiring, everything is the same at the CPE. So when you look at it, this is where we are. We went through the D mark, 50 feet from the D mark to the CPE. So the first test that we did it with a DC6, and now I have a DC9. See that right there? DC9. Okay, so that's all I changed. I didn't change anything else, but I wanted to show you guys how now it's going to balance out and it's going to go all green. So I went in, I already changed the file to DC9, and I'm running the tests, and I wanted you guys to see. All I did was use the DC9 this time. So the first CPE test was with a DC6, and it failed because it was like at 13 point something, 13.2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 were failing because it was a little bit too high. All I did was put a DC9, and now you can see the highest is 10.4. okay, that's all I did, guys. So again, just because you're failing at the tap doesn't mean that you can't balance it out by the time it gets to the equipment, to the modem, or to the HD box, or to the DVR. You're gonna notice that in many cases, even if the tap is really high, if you use the DCs, you will be able to balance it out and get your signals right. It's all about balance, right? So if, as long as your upstream is pretty low, you could use, let's say you have 30 at the tap. You could, if you got a modem literally sitting right next to it, 5 feet away from it, especially if you're doing a commercial job, you could put a DC16 and it'll bring it down enough for your equipment to be in range, okay? Or let's say you have a internet only. Let's say you're in an apartment. Let's say you have 25 at the tap. You put a DC12, you're gonna be down in range. It's gonna bring it down far enough to where it's gonna pass, because you can clearly see as they go through. You can go to your higher, whatever high bar you have. In this case, it's 5 or 6, right? You can clearly see right here which ones are higher. So channel 5, it's 11.1. That's gonna pass, right? So earlier it was like at 13 something, and now with the DC9 it's good at 11.1. okay, so again, I just wanted to show, well, there it is, channel scan pass, and I forgot what my upstream was, but I know it's gonna pass. It should pass. My tap is a 7P tap, so we'll see. It 7P, it should land around 30, 27 to 30 at the top. We got, you got 20 points to play with right there with the upstream, so it depends on what your situation is at the moment, and depending on how your channel scan pops up, you guys should be able to start noticing as they're popping up if it's going to fail or not. Practice it, you'll notice it, and it'll let you know, okay, I'm going to have to probably put a DC6, or I'm going to probably have to use a DC12, depending on the situation. There it is, CPE passed. So we had a fail at the ground block earlier, we had a fail at the CP earlier, and we balanced it out. This is the last test. So all I did to get it balanced at the CPE is took out the DC6 and put a DC9, and there it is. They're both passing. So I just hit next. There it is, green. I'm gonna save. Again, I'm just gonna put DC9 test, because I'm gonna have to play with it later and show you guys more information. Again, I want it to be different, so I'm just gonna put it here. Testing with DC9, okay? So just so you guys know, this is the screen that changes your hip test. Okay, you'll be able to put comments and stuff like that. Again, don't put more than 29 characters. If you put more than 29 characters, it's not going to upload. It's going to fail for that particular hip test. Keep it simple. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to show you guys at each point with my current situation. It was 100 feet to the ground block, 50 feet to the D mark, 50 feet to the CPE. And all I did was use a dc6 and a dc9, and it passed. Okay, that was the balancing issue, that it just needed a dc9. And that's it. Thank you, everyone.